Welcome back to Twisted Metal Customs. Just went into town to pick up the folded pieces for the drip rail and whatnot. So I got a couple of lengths of these. They are folded pretty well to my template, and it's going to be, so we'll go just on that top there. That will sit like that as an inner, and then the outside one that folded up will join to there and come down and get spot welded. So it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Nice return lip, nice and strong. So I'm thinking I will cut this section out to maybe there, complete this one, so then I can use this full length and yeah, get that whole section done then. And then I can just do this return section here. It looks a bit worse along the front, so yeah, I'll have to just play it by ear, I guess. This here is where they get the lap join. I'm going to make sure there's no rust underneath there, so I might even have to cut that section out yet if I can. If I can't, see if it's underneath or whatnot. Like if it's underneath, then it's just going to rust later after a few years. So see if I can have a look underneath there and yeah, see how bad it is. Alrighty, I'll put it on time lapse. There's not much talking to do, just a lot of effort. So yeah, I'll let you watch. Right, so the rust converter's dried and I put a coat of seam sealer on the brush. That I just definitely prefer to do that myself because it's only going to be spot welded along basically in the middle of that seam seal, and it'll burn through, and I've got to drill it anyway. So with that curvature, you see as a time lapse, I just ran it through that Metal Master plenishing hammer just to put a slight bend in this. You see along this channel, I'm hoping you can see, hang on. You can see how it's got a slight curve in it now. It's not much, but that's just enough to follow that contour on the old drip rail. So that's just happened by stretching this back flap. It will, stretching that by hammering it either way, will stretch the metal that way, putting a curve in it. Alright, so I got those spot weld holes drilled and ground down. I've edge primed the back of this piece. I'll edge prime the front after I weld. So it's got the protection of the seam seal, or the rust converter, then seam sealer, and then etch on the back of this piece. Then I've got a spot weld drill bit, which is just a flat with a little tiny spike in the middle so you can locate it. For example, you just, and it cleans it out. That gives me a good welding start. So that's what I do. You can do whatever you want, but that's what I do. So I can keep all that seam seal all between here. You know, it'll probably burn out a little bit around, but that's fine. It's still protected. It's like a gasket basically. Ain't gonna rust again. That's what I do when I do my rust repairs. So. Okay, so that's spot welded and a couple of little holes I need to fill up there, but that's essentially it. So you can see the slight curvature in it, and it should start to bend down from the door opening to the next strip rail. So you can see it's pretty well spot on. So it's still got a bit more trimming to do to get it to make a butt join. So some spots are good, overlapping still. But this is basically going to be finished. So that's going to be the outer skin, that's the spot weld holes. I'll spot weld along there, seam seal on top. Might even put some underneath as well. And yeah, this weld here is going to be the very slow one, so you don't get any warpage or any pinholes and whatnot, so this is going to be the hard one. But yeah, the rest, basically I'm happy with that. It's going to be very strong, and yeah, so I'll just show you underneath. So I just seam sealed along the top. You don't have to do this, I just want to do it because the customer's going to probably be keeping this car for a long time, and just, you know, it's not overkill. I just think it's any step you can do to prevent rust or moisture getting in, the better. So it's got like 3 different layers now, or 4 layers to etch. But yeah, I'll just put a seam seal along there with my glove, just a latex glove because I ran out of paintbrushes, and on the spot weld. So it should be good for forever. Right, so that's another day down. I've got all the rail on, front section on, and tack weld on. It's going to go through tomorrow, and yeah, tomorrow I'll weld it all off very slowly. I've done a little section there, came out pretty good. Yeah, so it's getting there. So mostly one side is done. So just the back little section here and the front section up there. And then the other side isn't as bad, but because I've got a new rail bent up, I'll have to replace the whole rail anyway. and it's probably smart to do the whole lot, as you can see that the whole way through was rusted. So yeah, so I'd say just under halfway, getting there, looking pretty good. So yeah, I'll just end this episode now, and then I'll do a final, I don't know, maybe completion of the car. There might be some other work getting done yet. So, but that's it for now on the patrol, and I'll see you next time. Twisted Metal. See ya.